Hi, Lambert.
Hi, Helly. I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. I don't know why. Every time I need to quit and join again. Hello, everyone. So glad to see
Hear
you
the
again
screen
on
later.
Saturday. So we will start in 5 minutes. Yeah, please go invite your community to join us. Today's topic will be another very interesting one. Super Gaib. Wow. Who did this emoji? Very cute. Let me tag our volunteers to invite their community to join us. Okay, so I see Tori already did it. Okay, we are about to have a 100 audience. How's everyone's weekend? I hope you are having a very good weekend. I see many new faces here and also some of our old friends. I see Russell ask when roll snapshot. You mean for this town hall? I think we'll do the snapshot multiple times. Dame Loeb said, I love being here, so many friendly people. Thank you. Yeah. Gaib community is very friendly and people are very active. Just in case we have new audience here, so oh, sorry, I don't know what happened, but during this week I always feel like something stuck in my throat. So for our town hall, our audience can always get XP, and before we wrap up, there will be a red packet. So yeah, please make sure to stay with us till the end, so you can try your luck. And today's topic will be about global cloud compute market. Yeah, I think last week we have already discussed some about it, but this week we will go further and will combine with Gaib's investment philosophy. Yeah, so can be very interesting. We'll discuss about how it's evolving and where AI native clouds fit in and how Gaib positions itself. And for sure, if you have, since our new season just begun, so if you have any questions, you can leave in the chat and we will try to cover all of them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lambert, I need to share my screen. One moment. Let me. Sorry, please give me 1 second. so I can share my screen. um, I'm downloading the file. To... Okay. So let me. Okay, I have the file on my laptop now. Let me open it. Sorry, my laptop is kind of slow today. Okay. Okay, I think it works. Can can everyone see the screen I'm sharing here? Hi Lambert.
I think there's some noise from your side.
Noise from my side. Wow, what is it? But can you hear my words? Can you hear me clearly? I'm not sure where the noise comes from.
It's still loading, I think. Yeah.
It's still loading. Okay, from my end, it's already showing here.
Okay. So as long as you can stay, I'm okay.
Mm, let me check with our audience if you guys can hear the PDF I'm showing here. Still loading. Oh, why? So, um, okay, maybe give it a few more minutes. Okay, maybe I don't think I can change the setting. Is it still loading? Um, Hi, Amber. Can you hear me?
I can share. I can share. If it's still loading, let me try to share my screen. Okay.
Or or maybe maybe can you? I'm not sure if you're using your laptop. Maybe you can share from your end. I will send you the PDF.
Okay. I can show. Oh, I couldn't
Okay.
share my
So
screen. I don't have the account. I don't have the access to share my screen.
okay. Okay, no problem. I think already some of our audience can see it. For connection. Fine. Or let me share the. Number, can I share I mean, take snapshot, take screenshot of the table and send in the chat. Is it okay?
Uh, okay. Okay.
Or I will just share the table. The tables. Okay, so the first one. I don't know why. Actually, the network from my side is not very good today. Wow. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. Let's get it started. I just sent out the first chart we are going to talk about. Yeah, as I just mentioned, and tonight we are going to talk about the global cloud compute market. So, Lambert, let's start with the big picture. So, can you walk us through what we are seeing here? Like we're shown in the about the market share of the leading cloud providers and their recent growth.
Sure. So, as you can read from this figure, so it's showing their market share of the leading cloud service providers in the second quarter of 2025. So the top three CSPs are AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Clouds. And these three players, they account about like 63% of the total market share. Specifically, AWS, they post revenue of more than 30 billion dollar, representing 18% growth. Well, Microsoft, they didn't reveal their exact revenue from Azure. The revenue from Intelligence Cloud, it was recorded as 29%, 29 billion, marking a 26 increase, and which is mainly driven by the Azure revenue growth of 39%. And on the third place, Google Cloud, they generate about 13.3 billion in revenue, reflecting a 33 growth. And if you take a big picture, the global infrastructure service revenue in Q2, it was reached a totaling of 99 billion, representing a 25% years-on-year growth. So yeah, so from here we can say that the cloud market is growing really fast, and this is mainly driven by or backed by the demand for AI workloads, including the AI model training and inferencing. Thank you, Hallie.
Okay. Okay, great. So yeah, we can see the big three still dominate here. Yeah,
Yeah,
but the momentum is shifting, right?
yes, you're right.
Yeah. So yeah, let's look deeper into how they actually making money. I
Mhm.
think here, yeah, the the second chart is a pie. Not sure if everyone can see it. If not, I probably will send another screenshot. Okay, I just sent in the chart. Yeah, so yeah, from this pie, so Lambert, please explain the revenue structure of the traditional clouds before we move into the AI native clouds. Like, and you can share with us what stands out to you here.
Sure. So this pie chart is showing the revenue structure of traditional CSPs, and we can see compute, which is main revenue revenue source for traditional service provider like AWS or Acer. But notably, here the compute meaning is more for general workloads, including the say the website maintenance or the digitalization of corporate data. So this is not specifically for training the AI models or training or AI inferencing, but it's more focused on it's more used for the general purpose. And storage, which is count about 20% of the total revenue of traditional CSPs. This is just like across or Google Drive we're using, right? So we save the documents or files on the cloud, and we pay for the fee. This will be part of the revenue to the cloud service provider, like AWS. And the database and analytic is more useful for like institution, like bank. Bank will like to save our clients, save their clients' information, such like balance, credits, and credit history, etc. And they will classify the data and save in the cloud. So that's also the part of revenues to the cloud service provider. So in generally, compute, storage, and database are the top three revenue source for the CSPs.
Okay. Thank you, Lambert. So yeah, we can see that compute is clearly the main growth driver. And I also want to check if anyone asked any question about what you just shared. So yeah, if you have any questions about what we are discussing about, you can send in the chat so we can discuss together. Okay, great. And we can also see that the AI workloads actually don't fit very well into this old structure. So that's where the AI native clouds come in. And as let me switch to another slide. So you shared me this chart about the traditional clouds versus AI native clouds. Hope
Yeah,
everyone can. And Lambert, can you see the screen I'm sharing here?
very clear. Yes.
Okay, yeah, okay, thank you. Uh, so yeah, so maybe you can walk us through this comparison slide. This is very clear, and you can walk us through what content you put in this chart.
Sure. So as I just mentioned, traditional clouds is co-focus is for general purpose computing. Well, in contrast, AI native clouds, they build for training AI model. So that's why these two will be different because the infrastructure of traditional clouds is more CPU focused. A virtual machine is more CPU focused, meaning the ratio of GPU is higher than GPU for traditional clouds. In contrast, for AI native clouds, GPU will take the majority part because to train the AI model, and to inference AI, this will need the enterprise grade GPUs instead of CPU. CPU just like assistance. Well, GPU play a main role in the AI native clouds. That's why for AI native clouds, is primarily for infrastructure as a services for AI, and the whole infrastructure from networking to cooling system to bandwidth is all it has been optimized for AI training. It designed specialized for AI training. So that's the difference between traditional clouds and AI native clouds.
Okay, yeah, very interesting. So for the pricing power in the AIs, yeah, we can see that like for the the traditional clouds are still strong in enterprise, but for AI training, maybe we are looking for something new for the solutions, which is the AI
Yeah.
native clouds.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, let me check again in the chat if anyone asked any questions. Okay, I see one of our users ask, in that conditions, how do you see AI driven demand for compute evolving over the next 5 years, and which regions will be the most strategic? So,
Well,
Lambert, do you have? Yeah, please. Yeah, I just want to ask, do you have anything to share about this point?
sure. I would say the compute demand is still growing in the coming 5 years, especially after we're seeing more advanced AI models and applications. So our life is heavily rely on AI, not only about Gen AI. We're talking about agentic AI, but also robotics. So to have those AI into reality, we need compute, and everything is totally depend on the compute. That's the fundamental demand. And which region will have the most strategic? I would say still North America, because because the data center established in North America, these have several edge, including the first it will be the GPU. They have the access to the latest version of NVIDIA GPU, such as GB300. And of course, the technology and the infrastructure there is more advanced than other regions. But if you are thinking from the which region will be the fast growing region, it will be Asia. Because in case of China, Singapore, and Thailand, even Japan, the government has been spending lots of money on building out the infrastructure, the public investment, which is the main capital source to boost AI development. So yeah, in summaries, North American will be the region will be the most strategic. Asia will be the region have the fast growing in coming 5 years. Hope it answer your question.
Okay, thank you, Lambert, for insight of this question. Yeah, I do agree with you. Maybe now the US, they are developing faster than the other regions, but if regarding of growth, I would say I also look upon on Asia.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so as we have discussed the AI native clouds, and I think our audience must be very curious about their pricing models. So, Lambert, can you explain to us like how pricing differs between traditional clouds and the AI native clouds?
Sure. Haley, can you share move to the next page?
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So as you guys can read from this table, so for normal cloud service providers, we have four pricing models, including pay as you go. Pay as you go, just you pay on how much you use, but the hourly cost could be relatively high for the GPU. The second model is called reserve pricing model, meaning you are trying to reserve certain nodes for 1 to 3 years, but in exchange you can have a discount price. So this price will be cheaper than the first model, pay as you go model, maybe like 70% discount on this. The third model is called a spot instance, which is meaning you have the access to the idle GPUs at low cost, but it's subject to certain recall. Because, for example, if now a data center have 20% GPU underutilized, so meaning they will allocate that 20% of GPU for you to use. But if at this moment, if there is another client, they sign a contract with a pay-as-you-go model or reserve model or contract, that 20% will be takeover for them to use. So you could, yeah. So that's why I mentioned it's subject to certain recall. The last one is called tiered pricing. It's common in storage, bandwidth, and API usage, and it's which meaning the cost increase as you volume increase. That's for traditional clouds. But speaking of AI native clouds, the reserve pricing model, which is the most common, the mainstream model that they use, because the customer is going to sign monthly or annual contract, and yeah, because normally training AI model will spend like 6 months. That's why they like to reserve certain part of the GPUs for them to use to training the model without any interference. Yeah, and when we invest in the AI data centers, we will primarily focus on the data center should have the reserve contract, which means we will know the data center will have certain future cash flow. Yeah, that's the three models or four models.
Thank you. Thank you, Lambert. Let me check if our audience have any questions about this slide. Okay, I see some other questions. I will answer them after we finish this topic. So I didn't see any questions from. Okay, I see. Okay, I see one question. With the rising cost of compute for AI training and inference, do you think cloud providers will rethink their pricing to balance accessibility and profitability? Also, do you expect competition on price to intensify, or will innovation and differentiated services matter more than cost in the long run? So, yeah, Lambert, did you see this question? I can send to you.
Okay, I saw it.
Okay, so I think we can answer one by one. So the first is so
Let me
the
answer this one.
well, we think they're pricing to.
So thanks for your questions. Let me answer your question in this way. For example, H100 chip it was released 3 years ago. For now we can have B200, which is the GPU based on the Blackwell architecture. B200 is the most advanced one. Now B200 is using for AI training to training the foundation models, and its hourly cost could be around about $4 per hour. But speaking of the previous models, previous GPU models like H100, it's not as powerful as B200. Now it's widely used for AI inference because AI inference is it doesn't require that much of compute. So the data centers they are trying to balance the pricing model, like they allocate their previous models for some light training like AI inference. Will B200 the most advanced model of GPUs? It will be used for training the foundation model. So that's normally how they do. And do you expect competition? Yeah, because for now, for traditional clouds like AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Clouds, as I just mentioned, they usually is for general purpose workloads. Well, now we're seeing more new clouds, original clouds, they are coming out. That's why we are here. Because for them, they don't really have that rich resources to raise funds. So Gaib, we are investing in those new clouds and original clouds who needs the capital to buy the GPUs. Um, yeah, hope it answers your question.
Yeah, very good questions. These two questions. And I see also asked differentiated services matter. Yeah, I do think when more cloud companies when they have sufficient compute to use, I think the services also will be an important thing. Okay. Yeah, thanks for these two good questions. And okay, I see. I didn't see any further questions, I think we can move to the next one. Yeah. So as we just mentioned, so actually now since the GPUs keep get more advanced, so the capital is a very important thing. So let's see what's happening on that front. Let me switch to the next slide you shared with me. The recent cloud service providers financing news. This part. Yeah.
Yeah.
So number yeah, please walk us through the financing news you shared with me here, and you can
Sure.
let us
So
know.
here I
Yeah.
shared.
Sorry. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Hallie. So here I share the two recent financing news for crowds. The first is on July 1st, XAI raised like 10 billion in debt and equity to expand its AI infrastructure. For now, XAI has already deployed 200,000 GPUs, and now Elon Musk is planning to scale its infrastructure to 1 million GPU. So now you can see Elon Musk is thinking compute. The fundamental race in AI will be who have more compute, who can control, who could have the most advanced AI models. And the second news is about on August 7th, Meta secured a 39 billion financing package for its new AI focused data center. And the deal includes 26 billion in debt financing provided by PIMCO and 3 billion in equity investment from Blue Owl. Yeah. From these two news, we're saying that for hyperscaler like XAI or Meta, they have because they have strong balance sheet, they have many GPU assets. That's why it's quite easier for them to raise funds from institutions, right? This is a huge amount of money. As I just mentioned, they are emerging new crowds and regional crowds. Those like middle stage crowds, they haven't established that strong balance sheet yet because they don't have that capital to have that to meet that GPU infrastructure scale to secure longer term contract. So that's the problem we are serving. We are providing an innovative way financing solution to crowds and data centers. And yeah, because the traditional financing solution like bank loans or PVC money is not available for the new crowds or regional crowds.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. I don't know. Something stuck in my throat. So yeah, thanks so much for these two news, and these two recent news really show how capital incentive AI infrastructure built out has become, and also as you mentioned, that's where Gaib can fit in. Yeah, so that's how we connect capital to compute. So yeah, Lambert, let's move to another important topic of today. Can you explain us how Gaib's investment progress from the sourcing deals to monitoring them? Let me switch to the next slide.
Okay. So in these slides, I'm showing the basic Gaim investment process. First is the deal sourcing. We have the high quality investment opportunity from our global network from CSP. As one of our co-founder, his name is Alex. He's running a cloud company called GMI Cloud, and his family is running a semiconductor company ranked top 7 in the world. So which means we have rich connections, rich network in the cloud industry. So that's why we could have the high quality projects. The second stage is of screening. It's called primary screening. So in this stage, we will check its for example, we will check its GPU asset. For example, we have to check whether if they do have a GPU IC, which could be used as collateral. Second, we have to check if they have a secured client contract. This is for us to confirm if they have the ability or future cash flow can be repaid us. Yeah. So in the screening stage, we will do some basic check, and we will also check whether if it meets the standard to tokenize, right? The third stage is called due diligence. After it's passed screening, we will conduct a comprehensive due diligence throughout its financial states, balance sheet, income sheet, its SPV, its legal structure, and its LTV, loan to value, and also many other required documents. And sometimes we may hire or we may incorporate third-party adult firm, consulting firm, to help us to do with the due diligence. The first stage will be execution. So after if it successfully passes due diligence, it will send out to our investment community, and once it's approved by our IC investment community, we will initiate the loans or we will initiate the equity investment. And the last stage is post investment monitoring, because we treat our users' fund very carefully, and that's why after we proceed the investment, we will keep monitoring how the data center is operating, how the GPU is working, keep tracking, and maybe in the future we may update some information of how the GPU is working on our homepage so everyone can see. Yeah, we'll try to make it more transparent.
Yeah, this is very important. Yeah, many users, I think, you are worried and you want to know where the funds go, and that's definitely that. In the future, we will show everything. We will disclose all the details at due time on our website. Okay, thank you, Lambert. And let me check if our users have any questions about the process you shared here. So I just see okay, I see one question is it's not about our business model but about AID Alpha, asking what features or product will become available in AID Alpha after the mainnet launch. So the thing is, actually, AID Alpha is the alpha version of AID. So which means after the mainnet, AID Alpha will switch to AID. Yeah. Okay. If there are any other questions. I didn't see new questions. So, well, so okay. So thank you, Lambert, for walking us through tonight's topic. And before we end, well, I do have something want to highlight again. So the first thing is, so thanks for everyone's support. As you know that our Final Spy season have been live since this week. Yeah. So as you already know, no matter is an old asset or new asset, all of your deposits will get 10x multipliers, the spice point, and also we will have more new DeFi integrations like the one you already know, Pando and Morpho, and we will have Curve, and and many others. And also along the way there will be some very significant announcement will be disclosed. Yeah, so let's looking forward to it. And also for this season, it will last within 2 months. which means will end by October. And I just checked our website for this season. I think we only have 5% TVL left, like about 500,000 TVL left. Yeah. So if any of you haven't deposited, you can try to seize a spot for yourself. And another thing I want to take advantage of tonight's town hall is because during last week, many users open ticket asking about the points issue. So the thing I want to clarify is, so firstly, you should have had all your points from the Spice Harvest season in your total points. Like the points you gained from your deposit, your referrals, the DeFi projects. Just expect two, the PenPy and Equilibria, because for these two platforms, the points are distributed by them. So it's not something under our control, but we have been talking to them. So once the spice point from PenPy and Equilibria have added, we will send an announcement, a community announcement in our community. So this is one thing. And another thing is some users asking about the bug point from Open Eden. So because they're about to launch their token, I think I have followed up with their team. So actually, so the points, their bug points haven't been added, haven't been distributed. But once they arrange the distribution, they will tell me, and I will also make an announcement in our community. I think they will get everything done by their future token sale job. And also about the spice point from this final spice season. Just in case some users missed out that community notice, so we are now integrating new sources of points. So during the process, we might have some bugs, but we'll try to fix it. So sometimes you may see your points are not 100% correct, but we will fix it. So you don't need to worry about that. And one last thing is today we just launched a new notice, a new update about two roles. One is FrameArt, another is FrameSage. Why we did this update? Because just in case we have new users here, so these two roles are the way we show our appreciation to users who continuously create new content for us. But over the time, we can see there are some role farmers. They probably use AI to generate some poor content, and once they gain this role, they just stopped create. And also for some good content creators, they probably lose the power to continuously create. So just want to make it fair. So why we modify the rule to if you can't continuously create good content after manually review, we probably remove the roles for some of our users. We just try to keep this role be valuable, because in the future we will have our job allocation on some valuable roles. So yeah, that's why we want to keep it a very special role instead of something that users can easily to farm. That's what I want to clarify in today's town hall. And let me see if any of you have any more questions. So I see one is asking about DAO to govern future protocol updates. So for this, please wait for the official announcement. More new campaigns after the Spice campaign, after the mainnet. Wow. So it's something after 2 months. So I just can't give you the details now. Okay. So if the final spice, if the cap of final spice filled, if there will be any new cap. For this, you can wait till next week. Well, Gaib integrates CBCDs. For this, I can't give you more information on it. But we will have some new updates next week, so you can stay tuned with us. No problem. I see someone asking, Gaib token come faster or AID will be come fast? I would say the mainnet will be launched first, but they will be very close. Oh yeah, I see someone asking, when announcement winner deposit 8.25, sir. Oh yeah, by the way, if any of our audience you don't know this deposit campaign we are running right now, I think we still have 1 hour left. You can go try your luck. Let me send the link. We are running a deposit campaign, and you just need to deposit 8.25 with your old or new wallet, both work, and you can join. You can enter a raffle of $400 and a raffle of one NFT giveaway. Okay, let me find the link. Sorry, the network is very slow tonight. Okay, I will send a link in the chart. Oh, I think. Okay, so yeah, still have 1 hour left. If any of you want to try your luck, you can join. You can join this campaign. We are aiming to launch our mainnet in Q4. So can you give the? Oh, I see someone asking the criteria of how much you need to post in order to keep the role for the content. Oh yeah, for the 2 rows for content, I mean for meme and the Twitter posts. Actually, we have a score system for it. Please go check the detail in the row channel, and you can get all the details. We give scores, and once you receive 100 points, you can apply for these 2 rows. and of course the scores depending on the quality. Okay, I think it's the time I share the red packet, and it's a Binance red packet. So yeah, please be ready. I'm sending it. Copy and paste. Okay, I will send a QR code and a link. You can choose one. Okay, I just send it out. I see someone asking early Q4 or late. Well, we are aiming to launch it at in early Q4. Okay, let me see. Who is the person? Yeah, if any of you claim a good amount, you can send a screenshot. Okay. Okay, I see someone got 1.5. I think we still have a small amount left. Who haven't claimed the wallet? Sorry, no wallet, the red packet. Oh, Lambert, you can also try your luck actually. Okay, I see there are a couple of persons who got more than $1. Okay, great. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks so much for everyone's joining, and also Lambert, thank you so much again for your deep dive.
Thank you for having me. Next week we'll have some interesting topic.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Thank you, and hope everyone have a very good Sunday. And see you next week. Bye bye.